Yo, what's going on, homies? It's your boy Stefan back for another OPTC video, and in today's video, taking the new S-Snake anniversary exclusive slash treasure map legend. She's not a treasure map legend, but she's on a treasure map banner. So, worldwide exclusive character, anniversary exclusive, into some PvP. And look, I gotta say, man, Shooters, dude, Shooters like a top 3 team now, man. They have just been getting so many good units, and S-Snake, honestly, finds it really hard to like find a spot on the team. It's absolutely wild because this character is really good on paper, like very good. Her special is a nerfing special that targets 3 enemies with low CT for an extra CT reduction level 5, damage reduction at level 5 for 15 seconds. And as long as you have 8 or more fighters or shooters, so as long as she's on a full fighter team or a full shooter team, she then targets 1 high attack enemy for 100% chance of confusion. Now, I wish this was like a 1 like max CD character, not high attack, but look, it is what it is. She's got a 22-second cooldown with a super rumble special. Most people have the top one, but like if you're crazy, you probably have the bottom one. Targets 3 enemies for CT reduction speed of level 7. Damage over time, level 7, and if you have the 8 or more characters, she targets 2 characters with high attack for 100% chance to confuse. So she's a very good character. When her special goes off, she does a lot of nerfing. The confusion can work in your favor. It's very toxic. It can stop massive specials from characters like Weevil and S-Hawk and all those busted-ass characters like Strength Luffy and whatnot too. So her rumble ability, fighters, shooter characters get defense up level 6, or enemies take level 7 attack down. And if 8 or more fighters or shooters on the team, which again, full shooter, full fighter squad, which she's most likely going to pop up on. So all enemies speed down level 7 and CT reduction level 3. So very good character in the front lines. Can do some wonderful things. But as I mentioned, shooters have had just an abundance of buffs over the last couple of months. Now, I don't have Usopp Lilith. Usopp Lilith will pretty much just walk in on this team. Then we have to do some reshuffling. But you also have some characters like Esper, if you're not running like in characters like the Usopp and the Shield. Is it Shield or Sword Donnies? Then you also have characters like Verse Kid that you can bring on the bench, which I believe we do in one of the fights as well. You also have Rise of Shinobi, who you can bring to the front. You have like the Exchange Ace, who's a very good character. You have Uto, who's a great character too. So I have a bunch of fights that I recorded during Championship. We're going to sort of dive in there. We'll dive into some challenge fights too and take a look at the shooter team, mainly S-Snake. If you enjoyed the video, belt like button, hit the subscribe button, do all that good stuff. With that said, let's take a look at shooters again. Alright, so we'll start it off over here against a int-based team. This is a pretty common defense team that you'll see floating around. A lot of very good int characters. Nami Karina thrown on there for like rollbacks, defensive drops, all that fun stuff. So I thought this would be a really good one to sort of showcase. Luffy can hit very hard too. Yamato's a pest. Bonnie's a pest. S-Hawk on the bench. Like, there's no Blackbeard shenanigans because there's no powerhouse characters, but still, the fact of the way, or not the fact, the way that this team works, basically just stops you in your tracks and hits very hard, so you can do some wonderful things. This particular lineup is the one that I was running during the championship. It was working quite well. It relies on the cooldown reduction of Luffy, Lucci, as well as S-Snake, and then you have Uta to give you some reduction, so that way S-Bear and S-Snake can go very quickly as well. Raito Shinobu can also give you cooldown reduction with their special, so that way when the Lucci special goes away, passive goes away, you then have even more cooldown reduction there. So as you can see, like, once we went super fast, like Lucci hits so hard, Esper can hit him with Forced Out, which stops characters like Yamato, and you can just do some really wonderful things. We also hit S-Hawk with the confusion there, so that way we don't have to deal with the S-Hawk special. Works out very nicely. And even if we take this particular special from Luffy very early, we're still going to be in a very good spot. We lose a Forced Out to Uta because she's the only free spirit character on the team. Blackbeard hits us with some damage over time and some reverse, but because of that, we get our super specials ready to go, and from here, it's basically over. We're forcing out Yamato there is massive, so now we don't have to worry about the Yamato death shot. Beautiful S-Snake super special, hits the confusion, and then basically, we've just won from here. Bada bing, bada boom. Goodbye. S-Hawk literally can't do anything, unfortunately. Actually, this is a bit of a weird one where S-Hawk, like, he had no one to attack. So he kind of just stood there for a while. Because it's still S-Hawk's turn, right? But S-Hawk kind of can't do anything until Yamato came back. And now he can actually attack Yamato. So super weird stuff when it comes to that particular ability. But at the end of the day, we still get the timer clicking down. The action bind Yamato. Don't worry about the death shot. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Alright, so the next fight is against another common defensive team. It's basically slashes with Strength Luffy on the bench. Strength Luffy on the bench triggers the Zoro Sanji passive, so that way you get all the extra buffs, the haste ability and stuff like that. You can run basically a mono slasher build with Kinemon Dendro for some reason with this particular team. And then if Luffy comes in after someone dies, Luffy hits hard, and he can basically just wipe out the whole team, resetting the fight and basically allowing the enemy just to pick up a few cheeky defense wins. It's a very nice defensive team. I've ran it a couple times. A lot of people caught onto it though and just sort of don't bother, because like Strength Luffy is just such a menace, and that RNG of him coming in late just can be just such a pest. So I thought I'd take it on just to see how we go with like Forced Out and Action Bind. Thought we could maybe stop some units, and then obviously with the Confusion debuff we could remove specials, so that way Luffy doesn't come in too powerful, because obviously the special isn't there for us to deal with. But S-Snake is always going to go very fast, especially when you have Uta on the team as well, because Uta's giving that extra cooldown reduction for the first 40 seconds, as well as giving the cooldown reduction in her special. Normally you either want Uta to go very fast, or you want her to go after all of your specials. And that was kind of the downside I found to the character running her alongside S-Snake, was that she would normally go when S-Snake already had the special ready, so that way we had just sort of didn't maximize what S-Snake is trying to do. So we managed to confuse Luffy. As you can see there, Luffy's always one of those characters that has like a lot of cooldowns, a lot of attack. He loses his special, and from there we don't have to worry about that very, very annoying special ability. We do have to take the super specials there of Roger Rayleigh Gaban and Zoro and Kaku, but both of them were at level 150, so didn't have to stress too much about that. And we don't have any in slashes on the team too, so the amount of defense drops that Zoro Kaku do, and then that damage shot, it's actually so massive. Alright, let's force out Roger Rayleigh Gaban. No, we forced out Shanks. That's unfortunate. If we forced out Roger Rayleigh Gaban there, that would have made life a lot easier. Still, this is a very scary super special. Kid coming in off the bench can provide a lot of damage, even though he just got absolutely smoked. But then basically we just move down the line to Kuma and Akainu, who can also do very big damage. An upside to S-Snake too is you only need to take 2 specials for her super special, so it's something that you guys will see more often than not. Unlike Kaido King, Oden Kinemon Dendro, where you have to take 3 specials, the 2 special counter, it's just infinitely better. Like, it's miles better. Miles better. Alright, so that's basically a wrap here. No real issues with this fight, but like I said, that confusion ability really came in clutch, where we stopped something like Luffy, and the premise of this particular team is to sort of have Luffy come in, clear us out, and unfortunately it just didn't work out for them. Alright, so the last of the championship fights that I had recorded was against the Free Spirit team with Nami Karina. Pretty big Free Spirit team too, pretty meta-based Free Spirit team. The only difference for my meta Free Spirit team is I like to run the 6+ waifus, which I do understand a lot of people don't actually have, let alone have it leveled in rank 5. So Nami Karina is just a fantastic replacement that you can throw in there. And on a defensive team, Free Spirits, they thrive, man. Free Spirits are so annoying to deal with. So I thought this would be another really good showcase for the shooter team. Getting Uta off very quickly there is always a really good time. It allows us to have all of our specials ready to go. Even though some of our specials were already ready, it's still really nice to have Uta go that fast, so that way everyone is ready to go. Luffy and Lucci hit like an absolute freight train. If there aren't any powerhouse characters there or side powerhouse characters, they hit even harder. Characters like Esper, Smoothie, Gaban, those types of units get absolutely smoked. You have Luffy, Lucci at level in rank 5 though, which I'm very I'm contemplating it after Rainbow in the unit. But any powerhouse character is just going to be in for a really, really rough time if they ever have to deal with that super special. Alright, Luffy's coming in hot. Oof, 10k. S-Snake managed to just hold on there, but I think that she will probably die from the Oden Kinemon Dendro special. If they hit her with anything, like, she probably will melt. Which is annoying, because I would have loved to get that super special off once again. Oh, hang on. Action Bind didn't hit. Okay, didn't hit the character we needed it to. Does Kuzen have his special too? No. Okay, we might be on here. We might be able to get this cheeky super special in. Yeah, we do. That's crazy. Some really nice blowback as well, thanks to the Esper. This is gonna hurt though. There we go. See you later to poor old S-Snake. Alright, nice damage from Luffy Lucci. Luffy Lucci hits so hard, man. They can hit so hard. Unfortunately, Esper is going to die now thanks to Sentomaru targeting the lowest HP. And then I think Luffy has a special too, so he's probably going to wipe out some units. Oh no, he doesn't. Okay, interesting. Some more cooldown reduction there. Now, Roger Eligaban should just, like, clap a whole bunch of characters here. The Roger Eligaban super special is just so scary. Damn, Raizo Shinobi's action bind is just coming in so clutch. Raizo Shinobi in the middle are fantastic with their defensive buffs, but also that action bind being guaranteed, as long as the enemy obviously isn't immune to it, just, it does absolute wondrous things. Goodbye. See you later. So, they were the championship fights. Now I've got some of the challenge fights, and I thought I'd take on just a couple. Not going to do too many, but I thought I'd start with strength. I didn't really do any recordings of the strength teams in championship. One, because shooters actually struggle against the strength team, to be honest. I don't know if this lineup that I have was rocking with Uta or Treasure Map Frankie is the better lineup. I'm a big fan of the Usopp lineup with the shield or the sword Donnies, and that way you can bring just like Kobe on the bench, so that way you're rocking the passive from them, because just that extra confusion, shield, and half stats just can be so valuable. But with that, then you kind of lose Raizo Shinobi. So let me know what you guys like to run when it comes to shooters. Obviously, if you have Usopp and Lilith for me would basically just slide in exactly where Treasure Map Frankie is sitting right there. And for myself, I feel like that's probably going to be one of the best lineups for the shooter team. Maybe with the Sword Donnies, and then you can just like replace the bench of Kid with another PP rare recruit, or you have to bring in something like Kobe in that regard. Raizo Shinobi might have to find a way to move to the bench or something like that, just because, like I said, all the confusion and the action binding can clash. There's no point having the confusion on someone that's action binded, so there's always that nuisance. But having both obviously is not really a detriment to the team. It's just like a little bit of an unfortunate doing. So I think we had to deal with the shield of Kobe there, which is very, very frustrating, because now Luffy's basically going to guarantee a special off. This Luffy hits so hard too. Ugh, losing Luffy Lucci there is never good. Luffy Lucci is pretty much just like our big hitter. Now we do have Kid on the bench. We still have Treasure Map Frankie in the front for some damage, but losing Luffy Lucci, like it's a different ball game when you lose Luffy Lucci. Kuma as well can provide a lot of damage as well, but now we're sort of rocking like shooter strength, and everyone's not really getting buffed. Okay, we got confused as well. That's never fun. Ace hits really hard too, so we're losing Treasure Map Frankie now. Raizo Shinobu might be our savior here. Sentomaru's gonna kill Kid. No, he killed Raizo Shinobu. Oh, that's bad. That's really bad. Okay, we're gonna get that S-Snake super special off. Get some of that confusion going. On Luffy is perfect. We needed that to go on Luffy. Unless he dies here. Nope, he's hiding. Kid should do some good damage though. We're at the back end of the fight. Very, very nice stuff there. Luffy loses the special. If we didn't get the confusion off on Luffy, it would have been a wrap. And that's a huge part of the S-Snake kit. It's just targeting characters that have that massive attack. When their special comes around, it's so clutch taking them out. With this, basically, it should be over now. Like, this is a wrap. Beautiful stuff. Alright, so moving on to that that Usopp and Shield Donnies build. I do think I like this one the best for like the characters that I have in my box. Kid on the bench is great, but like he just seems to be a little bit lackluster. You can run Kobe on the bench for this team. However, the Kobe unit or Garp, whichever one you want to run, really only gives you the passive of the sword, like the Prince and the I can't remember their names. I like calling them the Sword Donnies. But you could definitely run Kobe on the bench. You could definitely run Garp on the bench. But then obviously it just weakens your team all around. So I feel like just not having that bench unit there and just having an extra character to bolster it, like a Kainu or Kuzan. The free-to-play Kuzan is very, very good. He's an exceptionally underrated character and one that definitely can slide onto the shooter team. So you could definitely use them instead. Akainu is just great because then you have that sort of strength-centric bench with Raizo, Shinobu, Kuma, and Akainu. Usopp is fantastic because he gives so much cooldown, the 30% and then the 50% because we're running a full shooter squad. It's so clutch for getting characters like Luffy and Lucci back, for getting stuff like S-Snake back when they have their super specials ready to go. It's a different ball game. So definitely a very clutch unit. Super special popping off. Now, if we had level Lunar Break 5 there, we would have done 10,000 damage to 2 powerhouse characters first. Most likely being a Kainu and Magellan. Then we would have done those 2 massive hits too, so would have been pretty crazy. All right, Weevil losing a special there is massive. Weevil hits like a goddamn freight train. Jinbei is going to hit us pretty hard here, especially our strength characters, so unfortunately S-Snake's probably going to die. But now we have Rise of Shinobu come in, which is definitely not a bad thing. Now Luffy Lucci has their special once again. That's what makes Usopp so good. Now Luffy Lucci comes in, and all of a sudden, we're just doing more damage. Massive damage, in fact. And it's all through defense, which is great. Characters that go through defense are definitely characters that I love to have on my squad. Alright. Rise of Shinobu with some action binding, please. Oh, stopping smoothie is great, but that Luffy special is going to hit fairly hard. That Luffy special is still very, very scary. Now, Quick are getting buffed. This was during Championship, so Quick we're getting a level 3 CD reduction, which is very, very pesky. It allows them to just go a lot faster and get their specials up just infinitely quicker. Oh, can we get the confusion off? Alright, we confused Smoothie, that's perfect, so now we have to worry about the rollback. Because of that, we should be able to clean up the victory. Huge upside to the Sword Donnies when you get that confusion off. Just like with S-Snake, it's one of the most powerful abilities when you get it, and having that reliability of it being so successful, it's a completely different ballgame. Alright, we're going to round it out with the good old Challenge Dex Powerhouse team. This one's always been like a staple for most people to sort of test their skills or test their teams out, because this particular team basically just seemed so dominant when it came out. It was very reminiscent of the Pell fight, but like when Pell came out, like we didn't have characters go through defense and all that crazy stuff, those crazy shenanigans. I think we had Roger and Newgate, and that was probably about it. Maybe like we had like one other character that was just kind of dog shit, but this fight was definitely very tanky. It was very bulky. And it definitely caused a lot of ruckus for some people's setups. So we did get the S-Snake confusion off very quickly. We now get the Sword Donnies off. Nice. Usopp's going to give some cooldowns. Very nice. Who got the 50%? Hopefully it wasn't someone that had full max cooldowns. I don't think it was, but it might have been. Damage through defense hitting Kaido is huge. Kaido just slapping his own team. Beautiful. Okay, that's perfect. Taking out Sanjuan, Wolf, and Kaido. Big damage dealing, big defensive unit. Confusion. Did we get it off? I think we did. Super toxic, that confusion, man. Super, super toxic. Alright, they hit the special bind on Usopp and Frankie, but that's okay. They're not near their specials. Big Mom's going to hit us pretty hard, but that's alright. We have a shield, so we're okay. And now we can continuously reapply the confusion effect. Roger's hitting the HP cuts. Another upside to the shield Donnies is that the Sword Donnies, they provide that shield, which stops characters like Roger Eligabon, like Roger and the HP cuts and stuff like that as well. Very, very powerful ability to put up a shield to stop those disgusting, disgusting HP cuts. Damn, are we gonna win this? Surely we win this, right? Rise of Shinobu can basically action bind everyone, so this should be pretty good. 2600 as well. Alright, Kuma's gonna hit like a goddamn freight train as well. Very nice stuff. See you later. Goodbye. And then Luffy will finish it off. So it's going to wrap up the video. Let me know what you guys think of S-Snake down below. And while you're down there, let me know what your favorite shooter team to run is. Because like I said, I've seen so many different combinations of the shooter team over the last couple days. But let me know what your favorite is down below. And while you're down there, belt the like button, hit the subscribe button, do all that good stuff. Most importantly, wherever you guys are in this beautiful world, please remember to enjoy the rest of your day. As always, homies, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.